Gracias, Mr. Whitney. I hear you, Brian. Let's keep on praying. Hey, Hanak, cooking it up on an awesome Wednesday night. What's on the grill? So what's really odd, guys, is I have to refresh. Like, I've got 2 comments now. It'll stay locked there, and then I'll have to go out and go back in, and it'll refresh the newer comments. Like, they're not just, well, now they're showing up live. See, once you say it, now it's not going to happen. We will have plenty of sunshine. No worries there. Oh, you're cooking. Me with this heat. I got you now. I thought you were literally like grilling out or doing something out there. That's hilarious, man. Dang it. Wow. Well, a happy Wednesday evening. Blessings to you and yours wherever you are, and I hope it's an awesome Wednesday night indeed. It finally cools off enough where it gets a little more tolerable after a hot afternoon that did not get as hot as we thought. I'll be the first to admit, 105 to 106 was the forecast high for today, and we stopped at 102 in San Antonio, mainly because of the humidity. With humidity coming up, water in the air really holds down temperatures. You get more humid. Now here's the trade-off. While we didn't hit 106, it felt like about 105, 106 because of the humidity. So you really felt the heat a lot more today than when you do hit 105 or 106, and it might only feel like about 98 or 99 because the air is so dry. That's why they always say, okay, you know, Phoenix, Arizona, or Las Vegas, Nevada, yeah, 125 degrees, but it's a dry heat because, again, it is more comfortable. And sometimes you're like, did we really get that hot? It's hard to believe, you know, that it was that hot. But, yeah, drier air is always more comfortable, and that goes for the cold, too. Hey, Gabriella, love you, too. David said had to give up all the clinical trials, addicted to placebos. See, yeah, that's a problem. I'm sure, be sure to stay home if you're off from work on these hot days. Yeah, David, it's not a bad tip at all because the heat's not going anywhere. Here's what we're expecting on afternoon highs. Tomorrow, another record high, 102, and 98 from 2022 goes down. Then on Friday, another record, 97 from 2022 goes down. And then Saturday's going to be close. We're forecasting 99, 100s on the books, also from 2022. And that was a very dry year, by the way. Remember how much the dryness of our soils and our land contributes to the heat. That helps temperatures go up a few degrees if you're very, very dry. Now, also, if the atmosphere is dry, if our dew points are in the 40s, that's what allows that temperature to go even higher. But when it gets up into the 60s like it did today, it won't go higher than 102 or 103, and it stopped at 102 this afternoon. What's extraordinary, guys, is where we should be on May 14th. Yeah, 86. So the 1995 record. So here's what happens, by the way, with records, okay? So it says 1995 there. It just chose that year because it also happened in 2022. Okay. Or wait a minute, that's not tomorrow's. We were just looking at today's. My bad. But it is a good time to make that point. I feel a itch of a sneeze coming on. Pardon me for a moment. Oh, excuse me. Thank you very much, guys. Got some nice blessings from the digital team. Can't do much worse than blessings from the digital team. Those are good blessings. So, what happens when there's multiple ties? They'll list all the years. And that happened, I forget which one of these days has that. It has like about 3 or 4 years that we hit that exact number. The most recent is the one we're putting, which was 2022. Very hot year. Thank you, Hanak. Thanks, Tony. Got some more blessings. The online blessings are very nice. It is. Hey, Harmony, good to see you. Way too nuts. I mean, no other way to put it. I mean, honestly, this is May. And at this rate, we're going to hit 130 in August. You know, I mean, it's not even summer. It's not even summer. And the thing about it is we're hitting these highs. We're breaking these records by several degrees. So even though 2022 set several, look what they were. 97, 98, 100. No, we're going 102, 103 yesterday. All right, what does it feels like? Your body thinks the temperature is 98 in San Antonio right now when it's only, let's see, where are we? No triple digit out there, right? We're close. 98 here is one of the highest. In fact, that's higher than even Carrizo Springs. That's pretty odd. Yeah, we're only at 90, and we feel like 98 right now. At least the wind. That's what also helped diminish the poor air quality. And so that improves our air quality if we've got a good breeze. Doesn't matter what direction it's coming from. It could be south, it could be north, but if the air's moving, then it's not stagnant and we're not breathing a lot of bad ozone at the surface. So when the winds die down under 10 miles per hour, and then we have all the other conditions that we have right now in place, high pressure and control, very, very hot, very, very dry, well, then you have the conditions with those winds to cook up a lot of bad ozone. But today, I'll show you that we saw enough wind speed that we were able to improve our air quality. And yesterday's unhealthy for sensitive groups, which was orange, went up to yellow today, which is moderate. Austin, Georgetown, both staying in unhealthy for sensitive groups there. Here's the bad news on the humidity. It's going to get worse. We're going to be going up. Dew points climbing into the 70s by Friday and staying there. So that means moving forward, we will be more concerned with the heat index than the actual afternoon highs. That's why you'll probably see like the warning, the extreme heat warning just expired. Let me show you something else. You saw the dew points, but now this is the heat advisory that's in effect, okay? You can see the counties, it's much different, and it's farther south, okay? So I want to get a good read on exactly what the timing is on that. Heat advisory, Thursday from 1 to 8 p.m. Okay. So we'll do this. Go in here and make some changes to this graphic. No longer is it extreme heat. Yeah, we're going. $7 p.m. was it? 8. Can make that a little bigger. Do we like that? It's got to go a little bit to the right. And that graphic's ready. When will we see measurable? Jared, I like some chances coming up, probably the 20th, but the 21st, which is a Wednesday of next week. Deborah Knapp's last newscast, 5 o'clock, Wednesday, the 21st, as the next best chance of measurable rain, about 30%. All right, here's the bad news, guys. Look at this. 106 on the way for tomorrow's feels like. 106 on the way for Friday's feels like, as high as 110 to our southwest. This could be the same for Saturday. I don't expect dew points to go anywhere. Temperature probably about 99 to 100 once again on Saturday. So I would expect the same heat index come Saturday. And you know, the high is moving east. So that's why one of the reasons why we're going into the upper 90s. But this doesn't help us with a chance of rain. We just don't have a trigger until next week. So we stay dry, but we're going to keep the weather impact alerts on for the heat, because now that we're worried about the humidity, Saturday and Sunday are a couple of days where you're going to be spending more time outdoors. You're going to be at soccer games with the kids. You got to make sure to be paying attention to the weather. And so it's going to have an impact on your Saturday and Sunday. Any outdoor plans will be impacted by this heat. The heat index on both of those days should be at least 104 to 105. And in the heat of the day, 2 to 7 p.m., make sure you're well hydrated and taking breaks. And if there's a kid on a soccer field, make sure that kid is well hydrated. Kids are the worst about drinking water. Every time I visit a classroom, I'll even say when we get into this topic about heat, how many of you guys get headaches? And at least 80% of the room's hands go up. And I said, you know why you get headaches? Most of you are getting those headaches because you're not drinking enough water. You're just dehydrated. That is the cause of a lot of those children's headaches, because they're doing so much, they're sweating a ton, and they don't drink water. I mean, I get it. I was the same way. So that's one of the things that, you know, I try to preach when we're in the classrooms. Guys, also, before we leave you tonight, most important thing I can do is, number one, encourage you to take part in Project Cool. Project Cool is going to start up early. Talk to my good friends at Catholic Charities, and because of this unusually early May heat wave, we're going to kick it up a notch and start collecting fans and get them out to some people that are in need. There's going to definitely be people fighting this heat tomorrow and on Friday and on Saturday and on Sunday and several days next week even, without air conditioning, without AC. They can't afford to fix it. They can't afford to run it. Whatever the case might be, there's people that are suffering. And so we really got to get fans. Just by moving that air around in the house, you can save a life. A $25 box fan can literally save a life. So all you have to do, this is how easy it is. You drop it off at any San Antonio fire station. The only one you can't drop it off at is the airport location because of security. But any other neighborhood fire station, you bring them a fan and you say, this is for Project Cool, and you can leave it there. Or if the Guadalupe Community Center is closer to you on Cesar Chavez, right across from Lanier High School. St. Stephen's Care Center, if that's near you, you can drop off the fans at either one of those locations, or even the Catholic Charities office, if you know where that is and that's in your neighborhood, drop it off there as well. But we need fans. They'll also take monetary donations. If you don't have time to swing by the store and get a fan, you can go to CatholicCharities.org. Let me see what that website is real quick. And you can give money to it as well. All right, it is CCA, Catholic Charities, CCAOSA. Archdiocese, that's what that A is. Okay, Catholic Charities, Archdiocese of San Antonio, CCAOSA.org, okay? And you can donate. That would be so wonderful because, again, a simple box fan, y'all. A simple box fan can save a life. This is when heat exhaustion could become fatal. When you stop sweating, when you start running a fever, when your headache is just blinding, when you feel your heart rate increasing. Those are all signs. And you start going delirious. You will literally lose your mind. Heat stroke settles in like that, it can be fatal. You have to call 911 at that point. When you start cramping, drink pickle juice and get inside. Get inside and drink pickle juice, whatever order. But you got to do both of those things. For the cramping, and it actually happened to my daughter when she was a soccer player. Started cramping about a week out. She was beginning to dehydrate, and then by that weekend, Sure enough, she went down and it was bad. We had to get her to the hospital. She had to get on an IV. All right, so 20 to 30% chance begins Tuesday the 20th. Best chance the 21st. And then the 22nd and 23rd. It's the best rain chances we have. Hey, Hanak, highs today, 102. Phone 112. I don't know what the official was at Cotulla, but I wouldn't be surprised. It was 110 for Pearsall, and we interpolate your high. If you saw a heat wave, would you wave back? I would not. I'd be waving goodbye, hopefully, right? Hello, McQueenie. What's going on out there tonight, Daniel? Good to see you. Hey, Tasha. I know. It's just horrible. And especially in May. Hey, Sandra. Yeah. All right, guys. That's going to wrap things up on this awesome Wednesday night. Have a great Tuesday or Thursday. God bless you. And hope to see you on Ken's 5 News at 10 tonight.